But the thought was that maybe before these reality shows are put on, that the network should think, although it's not their responsibility, what is this doing to the children? And I don't know where you begin the laws, but there are so many reality shows with children, there has to be a different kind of control.
How about this for a law? How about no children in reality shows?
I mean, that would be great.
You take one law. They don't belong there. It's not good for them. There's no situation where a child being watched by a camera that's around them all the time, where it wouldn't impede their development or hinder it in some way or affect them down the road. We don't know.
Or affect the parents.
Sure.
With the reality shows, you see these kids. I know because on my show we have a little boy who's 6, who he plays a 6-year-old, and we got to get him out by 8 o'clock because he gets tired and he can't function. There's a law to protect him. Otherwise, we'd have him work until midnight when we do. But I see from him, he gets tired, he can't function, and I think about these reality shows where they have no laws. I'm with you.
I've always felt that kids shouldn't be subjected to this kind of thing because it's not their choice. Right. Number one, when in a reality show, that's the parents making that decision. Right. And they say, well, we talk to the kids, but you know, it's very interesting to watch adults talk to little kids when they want something. You know, because an adult will say, well, you don't mind this very much, do you? And they go, no. And then they say, and you would have a good time doing this, wouldn't you? Right. Yeah.
Of course. Have you seen that show, Toddlers and Tiaras, where the kids are dressed up like Jean-Benet Ramsey? It's really hideous.
It's all about
one of those mothers, her daughter.
That really is like porn.
But one of the mothers from that show, her daughter has gotten, you know, she's gotten opportunities from that show, she said.
That's the argument. The argument, and we heard the argument with the Goslings, which is it helps support our children. It gives them a better life. Well, if you're going to have a lot of kids, find a better way to support your children.
I think this guy, Heaney, has beat out John Gosling for Worst Dad of the Year. So, John, good for you.
Look, I don't think it's wrong that what he did, but I also think, okay, it could have been worse. He could have put his kid in the balloon and set the balloon over. You know what I mean?
But they did. They chased a tornado.
The kid would not be able to stay in that balloon.
That was not. My point is
the Wizard of Oz.
No, my point is that there was a danger that could have happened, right? We're looking at something that that was fantasy that occurred.
He drove into a hurricane with his children and his wife.
Can we, just the 5 of us, do we think the children should be taken away?
No. They need counseling, family counseling.
Not taken away.
I don't think at this point, I certainly don't think I'm the person to decide that, but I think that hopefully someone with wisdom and the amount of information necessary can make that call. I think it's incredibly extreme to remove a child from their parents.
Nobody died and the ratings went up. That's the real bottom line. All the media. We're still talking about it.
Meanwhile, are your taxes going to pay for those planes and everything?
No, but Colorado's a little pissed off, I can tell you, as I would be.
There's some people that miss their plane.
Well, you know what they do when they take folks in, they make them go work and do stuff in the community. Maybe it's time to show what a real reality show is. Yeah, picking up trash. Hey, speaking of picking up trash, we're going to do that, but we're going to come back with more hot topics. Come back and check us out. I'm interested in what y'all think of this. Dean McDermott left his wife for Tori Spelling. The ex-wife, Mary Jo Eustace, has a new book called Divorce Sucks. She told Good Morning America earlier today how her face-to-face meeting with Tori to air her grievances, it was tough, but something that every jilted wife should do. What do you think? Should she do it?
Meet the new Bhutan? Yeah, I would like to meet her in a dark alley with a bat. Yeah.
But I think it depends, and I'm waiting to hear what Sherry, who is the expert.
What being left?
Experts. Well, aren't we all experts to some extent?
Okay, but if you have children, that's one thing. And in that case, they have a child together. She and McDermott, they have a boy who's now 11, and I think did they have an adopted daughter as well? I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was an adopted.
Okay. Well, that's adopted, that's a child.
Daughter Lola.
If you have children, then I think this is a woman who's going to be raising your children, and maybe you should meet if both were.
Small children.
But if you don't have children, I don't see any reason to meet the woman and go through all that drama. And
what if she's a witch and you don't want your children to meet her?
I'm saying if there are children, they're going to have to.
They need to.
You might as well. But if there aren't children, hey, move on, get out of it. I mean, get your alimony
and that's why
or
I do agree with you. I agree with you, Barbara. If there's kids, like in my situation, there's a child from the relationship that my husband had with the other woman, and we have a child. So basically at this point, like, the girl never told me she was sorry. It's been 3 years, so I needed to forgive to move on. But I still have to deal with her because we both have sons and they're brothers and they love each other.
Do you talk to her? Do you call her?
We're not going to be having Thanksgiving and sharing recipes.
Okay, but this you got a sitcom.
I got a sitcom because I was in bed crying every night, and I just happened to take some lemons and turn them into lemonade. Would I rather have my marriage more than the sitcom about my marriage breaking up?
Think about the answer now.
No, it's okay. But you have to move on.
I've talked to so many women who relate to your position, who understand like what you're going through because they've been through it themselves. You know what I mean? So you're giving them some laughs too along the way, which is, I think, a gift to them.
Yeah,
I can't imagine, because I know that you've accepted the little boy too and love him with your whole heart. But your conversations, are they more functional? Or
they are more functional. Every once in a while, she will send me a little text that says "Happy Mother's Day," thank you.
The word mother is a little iffy in this case.
Well, no. And this is the thing. My son actually loves her. And that gives me a lot of relief that my son loves her, because it means she's not mistreating my son when he's in her care.
But if you don't have children.
But if you don't have children.
But I haven't been the futon twice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Another word from the futon.
Yes.
Yes.
Twice.
Number one, men don't leave their wives unless they're leaving. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A man who is happy in his relationship does not go.
Oh, right. That's true.
That's the first thing. Now, if he's a happy man, there's no reason to go looking for something else.
What about happy and happier somewhere else? Can you be happy and happier?
No, I think in terms of men, when it comes to their relationship, they're either in it or they're not.
I hear that.
I think it's 100. I believe it.
I could make the case that a lot of marriages, when you're young and, under 40, let's say,